All right, we are back. Ooh. Back in business. It's been a little while. Got a bunch of stuff out there, don't I? Cleaning up my space here. Hope everyone's been doing well. You got a number of little things to do, but I just feel like, well, number of little things, I'm not quite sure the order. We can just go and get started. So, one of the things, while we kind of wait, see if people begin filing in, is I have a bunch of these blue alps, about 50 of them, and just wanted to assemble them together. I don't personally have any plans on lubing these. Just got to make sure that they're not dirty. I think everything is clean, should check out. I think we should be good. So we're just gonna dump out all the stuff here. See how quick this goes? I'm gonna need to do this at least 2 more times. At least 2 more times. I'm gonna have to do this, but also I might not do this tonight. Just wanted to get a sense of how long, how quick it would take. So we're just dumping out all this stuff. To it. I guess it would be yeah. So these are pine. I don't know if people can see that right there, but these appear to be pine. Curious now. If I were to look at ones that I already have assembled, also pine. Alrighty. So if I go like this, is this straightforward on how to reassemble? I think I'm used to having these little back sides. I don't think that worked. There is no click. It's a blue stem, but no click. Why is that? All of these like this? These are just linear. Like, I'm wondering if these are the right leaves? Oh, I forgot the other side of the leaf. That was why. Alright. We learned from this. That's interesting. I wonder if then you could technically linearize anything or clickify anything. I'm also wondering if some of these things might need first of all, I have like these older switches that might need some ultrasonic cleaning. But I'm also wondering if some of the metal parts benefit at all from ultrasonic cleaning. This has not snapped in all the way. Not sure why. It's not clicking in all the way. That's crazy. Why is that? Put it in backwards? Is there an orientation here that I've missed? Huh. Okay. Well, there we have it. So things cleaned up. I guess there's some type of way that you're supposed to orient this. Not quite sure what it is. Looks like the numbers go on the same side as the legs. Is that right? So then the extra front leaf goes on the side that's not that one. Gotta be the case. All right, there we go. So we'll just go and assemble all these, see how long this takes us, see where we get. We do have other tasks for the night, but they'll require some package redemptions. If anybody's out there wants to redeem some packages, feel free. We got a few interesting things. We got many interesting things. We got tons of packages. Ton for tonight. more for tomorrow or whenever it is that I next stream. You can maybe even up this number for tonight. Some of these deeper than others. That one's crazy deep. All right. Continue along here. Wonder if there's an easier way to tell which is the front. Maybe where the sprue is? Seem way snappier than what I'm accustomed to. I guess it goes on the side without the sprue. That might be another way to look at it. I didn't know they were... Oh, you can kind of tell. They are a little, like, asymmetric from the inside. I don't know how I've just never noticed. Alrighty. That's interesting. Did not know they were asymmetric. We'll get faster at this. Perfect. I feel like I did not really assemble my Alps workspace here very efficiently. Have to grab pretty much from every single direction. Some crazy rust on this leaf here. me check. Keep me up. Switches. It's pretty interesting that Keep Me Up is actually appears to be stocking quite a lot of blue alps. It says no cleaning or lubing required. I'm guessing the outsides, at least, of the housings might not have needed to be cleaned. Got all these springs bunched up too. I feel like it's like a huge pet peeve of mine is just when all the springs are bunched up like this. Just want to be able to easily grab individual springs.
Yo.
Yo.
Oh, man, I just opened up one of my packages that I got. Not too happy.
What happened?
So I ordered these really expensive sandals, like stupidly expensive sandals.
Oh, the New Balance ones?
No,
Oh,
these
different
are
ones.
Japanese ones. They're called Sweet Coke.
Okay.
The shoebox itself is really small, like smaller than your typical shoebox, just because they're like sandals, right?
Yeah.
Sandals aren't like as bulky, so
Uh-huh.
it came in like a smaller shoebox, and then I opened the box, and the box is like bulging, and I'm like, why is it bulging? I ordered other stuff, and I opened up the shoebox, and they shoved all my items inside the shoebox.
Why would they do that?
I don't know,
Oh, that's
and
terrible.
I'm just like, so I pull out the hat that I ordered, and it's just completely warped, like,
Ugh.
like it's like the brim is like sideways.
That's
And then
fucked.
it's like a trucker where the foam front area, it has all these creases and you can't really get those out. And I'm like, bro, this hat was like $50, you know? Like, it's just like a stupid, like, how hard is it to just use a bigger box? You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
whoever's packaging it, like obviously they just didn't give a fuck, and like it's obviously not a good, like, probably just a really bad egg out of everyone else. But
Yeah.
I just got some bad luck, you know?
Yeah. Wait,
And
so
then
was it
I'm-
from
Huh?
Sweet Coke or was it from some other retailer?
It's from a retailer that carries Sweet Coke.
I got it.
So the hat's just dunzos. I open up the box and I'm just like, ugh, I'm like taking out all the little things I ordered. Everything else looks fine. I pull out the sandals, and then I noticed the one weird thing is like Sweet Coke's known to have like a off-white-esque like zip tie thing on their like packaging.
Yeah.
It's like a little hang tag.
Yeah.
That you're supposed to obviously remove and cut off. And then I was like, okay, these don't have it. And I'm like, weird, whatever. Maybe it only comes on certain models or whatever. And then I'm looking at the shoe, and I'm just like, why is it like so janky looking? There's like all these like stains, and I'm like, dude, these are used, bro. And I'm like,
Yeah.
someone wore these and returned them, and then they just like resold them to me. And then I'm like looking at them, and I'm like, yeah, they're definitely used. And I'm just like, how is this acceptable? You know,
Yeah, that's
like.
terrible.
And then I took pictures of like the damages and like the sandal where it's like all fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just like wrote a really angry email. I'm like, I don't know what to expect, but I'm just like, this is like unheard of. I've never like received like quote unquote like new product in such a manner, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like dumb. Like it's just frustrating because like I don't know. It's like when you spend a lot of money on something and it's just
Yeah.
like you expect it to just arrive and be fine, but
Yeah, yeah.
this time around it didn't, and it's just like annoying.
Yeah, for sure. That's super.
Ay, ay,
That's
ay.
terrible.
So I mean, every time I go to the actual store, like I always have a good experience. Like all the workers are super nice. It's like a cool store. I have no issues, but I'm just like their fulfillment is definitely not done by like the employees of like
Yeah.
the stores, you know?
Yeah.
It's like they obviously hire a company to like provide the fulfillment for them
Yeah.
because their locations are in LA and New York,
Yeah.
and then the fulfillment came from like some random area. I'll pull it up. Boston.
Boston?
Yeah, they don't have a store in Boston, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, I got the stuff on sale, which is like, but still, it's inexcusable.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure. I
Like,
mean, you're anticipating getting like the sale was for what you thought would be products that were acceptable.
yeah, let me.
You know?
I'll show you the pictures. I'll send
Alright.
them over. I don't know if you could. Oh, can you open that? It's weird.
I might have to download it and then open it.
Oh no, I'll just resend it here. Look at this.
No, I see it. I see it.
So that's the hat they sent me, and then this is the sandal.
Oh,
where
that's
it looks
terrible, man.
fucked up. Yeah, man. It's like, dude. And then like the box was like obviously like ripped up. I don't care about the box typically because I obviously like wear my shoes,
Yeah.
and I'm not like triggered by like damaged boxes usually, but like the box was just torn up, and I'm like, obviously because like they just shoved all this shit in there and like tried to close it, like, you know, like squeezing everything in there.
It's so stupid,
And
man.
yeah, it's just like so bad, bro. Like they really tried hard to like just fit it all in one little box instead of
Mhm.
using a bigger one. I don't know, but
Wait, so
it's like
did it get so like the return address is in Boston,
I don't know.
where it's shipped from?
Oh, I didn't look at the box on the
Oh.
outside. I just kind of just ripped it open, but
I see.
well, we'll see what they say to me tomorrow, or if they even respond. I don't know how great their customer service is.
Sucks, man. Whoever's in Boston, man, they must be mad because there's too many bricks.
Rough. Oh man.
Too many bricks.
Did you watch the Bucks game yesterday?
I didn't, or I watched like a little bit of the first half, but then I took off after. I saw like some of the end of it, or like the highlights. It's crazy.
Oh. Yeah, Chris Middleton, man. He's nuts. When he's on fire, he's like one of the best players ever,
I
dude.
know, right? Crazy, man. Whew. So, I don't know if you saw my messages from earlier.
Maybe. Which ones?
The guy whose film I'm like developing and scanning right now is the guy that I think we were in their Airbnb for Coachella 4 years ago with Alex and all those people. Yeah. I was like, whoa, wait a second. Because like I started developing a film. I was like, wait, we were there. I was like, wait a second. Those are Alex's friends. What's up?
That's old film, huh?
Dude, it's crazy. And that's the thing too. You know how like, I don't know. I think I was telling Alex this, but like, you know how I've like talked about how I have a lot of trouble developing like Kodak sometimes.
Oh, I have no idea.
I've said that in the past where it's just like sometimes like there's these crazy color shifts whenever I develop Kodak. And
sounds familiar.
Yeah, and so like what I think I made discoveries yesterday when doing this because he had 3 identical rolls of film and then one of them turned out way better than the other 2. And I feel like it's such a relief knowing that like shit, like I don't think it's this whole time I don't think it's my fault. Like I think it's literally it's the film. And I was looking it up. I think the idea is like if the film is like just stored in more heat, then it's likely to expire. And I feel like the Kodak formula expires or like it spoils quicker than Fuji. So it's like that old ass like Coachella film was like, yeah, like there was a color shift on that one.
Oh.
Yeah. But it sucks too though because like Fuji literally discontinuing everything. B&H is not gonna fulfill my back order of like the 40 pack of Pro 400H. Sucks, man. They literally just messaged me today saying like, hey, we have to cancel your order.
Man, well, that's Fujifilm's fault.
Yeah, I was late too. It was like the day they announced canceling it. I didn't place that order till like 12 hours later. So it's just like, I mean, I don't know, it sucks. That film was just so damn good. Like it was so damn good. Like I felt like it was just so versatile. It's like it had good like color range. It was so good for concerts. It was so good for daytime. Man. I feel sad. I feel sad that I couldn't get the last 40.
That's when you should just work for the company and bring it back.
I mean, it sounded like logistically it's just harder and harder for them to get those, like that chemical emulsion. That's what I was reading, because it's like a lot of that stuff is like used in like the medical industry.
Oh,
and like
stuff,
yeah, in the past year, everything in the medical industry just became more important.
Yeah. But
then it's also that like, to be honest, like this was probably not at all a moneymaker for them. So it's like in terms of revenue, they must have been making like hobby level money, even though some people were using it professionally. But it's just like
I would assume they were just taking a loss on it.
Yeah.
Because like some people just keep making product just to keep their customers happy, knowing that they'll buy other shit that's profitable.
Yeah.
Like look at Costco with their like rotisserie chickens.
Yeah. But yeah, and then they finally just gave it up. They gave up Superia. What was it, a year or two ago? They gave up Fuji.
Well, I think I was using Superia.
Yeah.
400 or something.
Yeah, Superia is the one that's like the consumer level one, and like everyone just loved it because it was cheap and good.
Yeah.
So they discontinued that like a year or two ago.
Damn.
And then they discontinued Pro 400H, which was like the pro level one that I loved using for all that stuff I was mentioning. That was in January. And then apparently They just recently canceled Velvia, which was their color positive film. Like I never used it. Like I've used it like all of like once just to do like a cross process, I guess.
Who do we gotta fight?
Bro, all those eBay sellers marking it up like 4, 5, 10, 20x. Those are the people you gotta fight. Like I remember, like I think like a week or two ago, I saw Pro 400H a single roll going for like $50, right?
You should just buy all of them from these resellers, but scam them.
Yeah.
Then it's a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for you.
Win-win for me.
Yeah, like you get the product and you screw them over. You feel me?
I feel it. Shit. What the fuck am I doing? I need people to redeem my packages. Andy, redeem my packages.
I'm busy.
Playing Brawl Stars?
I'm not even doing anything, bro. I'm literally just laying down. Had a long ass day, bro. Oh man. So like work was just like obviously crazy busy like usual.
Yeah.
And then after work, like this guy I kind of know like through mutuals. I used to play like basketball with him like back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like I found out he cuts hair. So I was like, oh, let me go get a haircut from him one day. And then I go and get one, and then I was like not happy with the cut, but I didn't say anything obviously because it's just like a cool guy. I'm just like, oh, okay, thank you, you know, and I'm just like, I'll just not go back, you know?
Yeah.
And then
Oops.
but then like that was like maybe a year ago, pre-pandemic, the last time I got cut from him. And then he texts me saying like, hey, I'm like trying to get my barber license. I'm like going to school at blah 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 blah. Like we're doing haircuts for $5. Do you want to like come in and schedule an appointment or whatever? I'm like, you know what? I look at myself. I'm like, damn, I do need a haircut so bad. And I was like, yeah, I'll schedule an appointment. And then I'm thinking like, oh, maybe he got really good within this year. And then I show up and I have to wait a little bit. Not a big deal. I sit down. He's like, oh, what did you need? Like, what did you want to get? I'm like, oh, I'll get like a low skin fade. And then the top, like, you know, just like leave it, you know, I'll figure it out later.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts cutting my hair. And like some people are, some barbers are like really quick. And
Yeah.
he's like the opposite. He's really slow.
All right.
Not a big deal. You know, just as long as it turns out fine, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, this cut is like taking over an hour. And I'm like, usually for me, they take like 45 minutes tops.
Yeah.
So it's like over an hour at this point, and I'm like looking at my haircut and I'm like, oh god, it's not what I asked for.
Oh man.
Anytime you ask for a low fade, the skin fade is supposed to be low, but he went up right to like, you know, like my brain level. I don't know how to explain. Like,
So it was a high fade.
yeah, it's like a high fade. Like, and I'm just like, okay, like it doesn't look bad. Whatever. I'll live. You know, hair grows back. But then he's like cutting my hair, and I'm like, he's like swirling me around. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, oh god. I'm just like looking at my hair. It's like there's like patches where it's like the lines aren't, you know, when you get a fade, like sometimes lines are very like what do you call it, you could see lines. Like I was just seeing lines everywhere. I'm like, it's not like he's not blending it properly.
Yeah.
And there's like certain spots where I'm like, whoa, why is that area really high? You know, or like, you know, I was like, oh my god. He's like, oh, it's, and then he's like, I think he realized, like he's looking at it like, oh shoot. He's like, oh, it's because you were wearing a hat earlier, so like the hair is like down, you know. And it's like, I'm like, oh my god, I just can't wait to get this over with, you know. And then I'm like sitting in this chair for over an hour, and then like I guess you have to get like approval from like I guess the teachers there because it's like a program, right?
Yeah.
So like we're like waiting around for like the teacher lady to like come by and check out my hair, and she's like, oh, look at this spot, look at this, and she like kind of pointed out stuff that was like could use some adjustments.
Yeah.
So she was like fixing it for fixing my hair. I'm like, oh, thank God. And he's like, oh yeah, I see it. Oh yeah, okay. And then this lady's like fixing it for me. I'm like, great. I'm like, okay, we're good, right? I'm done, right? And he's like, oh, let me like fix this area. Let me fix this. And he like kept going and like making it higher and higher. I'm just like, no, dude. Like, fuck. And then I'm just like, okay, like an hour and 20 minutes later, he's like, okay, we're done. He's like, oh wait, but then you have to like take photos. So like he like gets me to this area where he's like taking photos, and I'm just like, dog, do you really want to post photos of this, bro? So basically, like my cut is not the best, and I mean, like I really appreciate how like meticulous he like is, and like he tried very hard. You know, it's just like some people are just not as good as others. You know, that's what I'm kind of like. I wasn't expecting a great cut, and I didn't get a great cut, and that's my own fault. You know?
Yeah. Damn.
So that was my day. I was like at this freaking place for like 2 hours. And then I would come home to the packages. That was a little double whammy.
You ever get packages shipped to work?
Sometimes.
Is it like frowned upon?
No.
Oh.
One time I ordered a pizza pan,
Mm-hmm.
and then I accidentally shipped it to work when I was supposed to ship it to home.
Yeah.
And my manager like, hey, he's like, you got a package from Amazon? I'm like, oh shoot, probably my pizza pan. He's like, pizza pan? So you bring us pizza, right? I was like, shit. Oh, it's for my sister.
Wow.
And then they're people like my manager's like jokingly like very nosy. So like if I do ship something and they ever see it, he's gonna want to know what it is. You know?
Everyone's got to know, huh?
Yeah.
Man, I remember.
My coworker, we have a new one, right? And he's like really into anime, which is cool. So we could kind of vibe on that, I guess. And then he's like, oh, like I really need a mouse pad. I'm like, oh, you should get one of those booby anime ones. And then he's like, hey, I was actually kind of thinking that. I was like, are you serious? He's like, oh, like, do you think it'd be weird? I was like, honestly, yeah, but do whatever, bro. Like, I think it'd be hilarious, but like not very work appropriate, I guess. But it's not like our place is like super strict, you know. But
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, this guy really was thinking that.
It's funny when it's like, it's one of those booby mouse pads that it's like, I don't know, like Kermit the Frog.
Oh yeah.
It's like something stupid.
What do you even call those?
I don't know.
Is there like a slang for it? Oh, there's like ones with dudes where it's their ass. Man, they're expensive.
Oh, hey, I don't know if you want to talk about this. But I wanted to ask, what happened to that guy that like needed your boss to look over his shoulder?
What happened to that guy that needed... Wait, what?
The guy who like couldn't add?
Oh god. So my boss...
Wait, do you want to talk about this on stream? I don't know if you want to talk. I mean...
So my boss was like, yo, he sits me down. He's like, yo, so how's this guy doing? And I'm like, you want my like honest opinion? He's like, yeah. It's like, just tell me straight up. Do you think he's gonna make the cut? And I was like, definitely no, he's not gonna make the cut. And he's like, whoa, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? I was kind of just explaining like exactly everything I told you, all my kind of complaints, and he's just like, oh shoot. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is you go on your lunch break, or you go work upstairs with Andrew or whatever, and then I'll shadow him and then kind of see what you're talking about. So for about an hour, my boss is working with him, and then he's like getting him to try to write like emails and like respond to people. And then later that day, my boss and I like start talking. I'm like, so yo, what's up? Like, how do you think he did? He's like, okay, so we're gonna move him to fulfillment. And I was just like, oh yeah, he was bad, huh? He's like, it's not like terrible, but yeah, it's like, oh, he would need a lot of work and a lot of training, which we just don't have like the resources for.
Yeah.
Because we're just so busy that I'm like literally doing 90% of like the sales, and like if I spend my time training this guy how to do math and how to use proper grammar and how to write emails, it's like we're not making money. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like a really tough situation where like my boss felt bad, but he's like, well, yeah, I'm just gonna move into fulfillment and then we'll try and replace it. And then so that guy got demoted, and then I was just like back to working by myself, which is like better in a sense because I don't have to like
Take your time.
be distracted by someone else, like, and I'm just like grinding, and we actually hired someone new, and he's a slightly more competent, like can actually type, like he's like college educated, I guess, and then you could kind of have certain expectations for someone who's gone to college, they write essays and stuff all the time, but like I think he's so stuck in that like college mindset where like every email he writes is like like therefore like like adding all this fluff,
just like
fluff.
very overwritten,
Yes, where like where they're trying to meet like word counts and stuff. I'm like, no, like you don't have to like say. I'm like deleting paragraphs in his emails. I'm just like, you don't have to say it like, oh, just say this. Just get straight to the point.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta be
a
like,
lot of our customers are stupid. Like
yeah.
if you give too much words, it's gonna be complicated.
You gotta be like, you gotta like still be professional, but you gotta be like talking like a real person.
Yeah, he was not talking like a real person. He was talking like he was writing a fucking SAT. Trying to use all this vocab to like, maybe he thought that was like the professional thing to do.
Yeah.
But I was just like, no, man, you just start college straight. Be polite. That's the most, like, be very polite, but also straight to the point. And our work is relies heavily on just efficiency. Like, we can't have you just like sitting here writing a fucking essay for an hour. Like, just write an email, right, real quick, get to the point, let him explain everything, did A, B, C, D, and then send it. And so he's like competent, but he has to learn how to work in a work environment. And, he's like, it's really hard because like stepping into the job, he had no idea what like how we work and our process and anything about what we do. It's like he came out like a clean slate, and then you kind of feed him all this information, and you can't expect him to just retain everything, obviously, and just like right off the bat like know everything, so it's like a slow grind for sure, but I think he'll definitely be better than that last guy. But there is one red flag. He's always on his phone, like texting or whatever, and like he has a girlfriend or whatever, and like I'm working, I'm looking to my left, and I'm like, he's not working, and I'm like, okay, whatever. He's like looking at his phone. I'm like, okay, let's see how long he looks at his phone for. It's like 5 minutes. I'm like, okay. I don't say anything, and then he'll like start typing again, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna get back to work. And he's like constantly like checking his phone, and it's to the point where like I'll be like saying I'll be saying something or explaining something to him, and he'll be like, and he's like kind of like half on his phone still. And I'm like, and I don't want to be that guy to be like, hey, like, don't use your phone, I don't like telling people what to do. It's just kind of like, it's like a common courtesy, common respect thing that I feel like should be like normalized, where like you're just not supposed to use your phone like that. Like on your break or your lunch, go wild, but when I'm trying to teach you something, this is like your first week, like, why are you on your phone, so I don't want to be the guy to like tell him what not to do or whatever. Like, I'll do my best to help him, but if he chooses to like kind of slack off and just use his phone, then that's up to my boss to like lay down the hammer.
Yeah, make your boss be the bad guy.
Yeah, for sure. And I
Yeah.
don't want to be a dick.
Yeah.
I'm very non-confrontational. That's just my personality typically. Like, and it is annoying. I'll say that. And but it's okay. Like, I like I obviously care about my job, but it's like it's not my business in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, or like if he's using his phone a little here and there, like I don't think it's worth the conflict to like tell him, you know, otherwise. Like I'm not gonna tell him off, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
maybe my boss will. He probably will, but that's my boss's decision. You know, I'm just there to do my job, basically. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'll use my phone here and there too, but it's not like I'm on Discord chatting with you guys all day. You know.
Yeah.
Like maybe here and there I'll pop in and say something stupid or whatever, but like. Yeah, I guess maybe I shouldn't like text or whatever to be a good example too, you know?
Yeah. I hear it.
But yeah, training people is hard.
Beg for Greg, welcome to the chat. We got a bunch of packages to open. So if feel free to redeem if you happen to have any
People even
points.
know what that means.
What?
Do people know what that means? Like, feel free to like redeem a package. Like, when you say that, do people like, oh, okay?
Yeah, the
Okay,
channel
cool.
points. Yeah. I think
I
I think
guess I'll do it for you.
the idea of channel point redemptions is generally understood. Andy, thank you. I've needed this. We got a lot of stuff here, but I guess we'll go in order.
How do I get 20 more points?
You need 20 more points? You gotta be in chat for like 2 minutes, I think.
Okay.
Where
Does it
am
help
I?
if I send emojis?
What's up?
Does it help if I send emojis?
No, it's I think it's time based, not message based.
My favorite emoji is these hot dog crosses.
The rest in pepperoni.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's not even. Is that? Oh, wait, what? I thought they were hot dogs.
They're pepperonis.
Oh,
You gotta like hover over. And when you hover over it, it tells you what it is.
it's like a tube of pepperonis that are uncut.
Yeah.
Weird. I like this one too. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. This is the one I wanted to show off. Actually, before I get to this one, let's open this tiny one first. But how? Oh my gosh, I'm just recalling about this guy here from Keep Me Up. Always makes everything so hard to open. He's just like, he wraps everything and then he tapes it a bunch of times. It's like, I guess it's good, but it's just like, oh my god, sometimes I'll be opening shit from him for like an hour.
Wait, who sends you stuff like that?
It's a vendor. It's a vendor who, he kind of specializes, it's like he's a keyboard store. Specializes in sending some...
over the product to protect it from blades.
What's up?
Does he put wrapping over the product to protect it from the blade?
Yeah, but it's also, he just like, he puts so much tape around all of the protective stuff. Like, there's just tape for days. Cut the package at the end with scissors. It's like I feel like it's hard to cut this because it's like so close to the edge. I'm meaning to get like those like sick knives. Have you ever seen like any like super cool, just like those, I don't know, those like really cool looking knives, Andy? You know what I'm talking about?
Like switchblades.
I guess so, yeah, like switchblades or whatever. I don't even know. I don't know anything about knives. But those knives that like, I don't know. Sometimes they're like custom made. All right, we got a bunch more of these keep me up PCBs. We got 3 of them here. Just wanted to have more as backup because we're gonna do a lot of alp stuff. All right, and then the next big old thing here. Try this out.
Oh, there's this guy on TikTok who he owns a store, like it's like a little gift shop, I guess you would say, that sells posters. And he has like really awesome like technique on how to like package posters to make sure they're like safe and not damaged, and he just like makes these videos of him packing shit. It's like a weird thing on TikTok where people like watching workers at like Amazon or wherever just like packing.
Yeah.
Like, anyways, so this guy like packs shit, and then he has like 1 million followers, but like hella people just like hate on his videos and talk shit like, oh, why'd you waste so much tape, or like he like complain about all this like shit, and then he'll always like fire back with like like videos in response to like why he does certain things his way, and then it like makes sense, and then he just like shuts up these people, and then like you go to click the comment they posted that he replied to in a video form, and like they always delete their comments.
Wow. Dude, man, it's crazy. Like, I don't know if you were reading some of that stuff. I think I put it in the photography channel. It's just like, there's a bunch of photographers who are like moving back, or like moving to Twitter, or moving back to Twitter if that's where they came from. And it's like, the main reasoning being like, Instagram is just like becoming basically a TikTok competitor. And like less focused on actual photos, like photo content. And it's like, it's like, it sucks. It's like, I get it, like people wanted to be able to use Instagram for their art, like for photos and stuff like that, but like you're not going to be found on the algorithm posting on your grid anymore, pretty much, unless you're posting something that's like crossed over with like Instagram TV or like Instagram Reels. And
this is kind of sidebar, but my boss also was explaining that a lot of like clothing brands that we work with, he always asks them like, oh, how do you find success on social media and Instagram? And he said, and they all have like this like 4-step rule that they follow every time they make a post, and apparently that's what helps you like show up on explore feeds and stuff.
Yeah.
But he says the main thing is like if people are DMing the post to their friends, then it's more likely to show up on like the explore feed. So these people with brands will just tell all their friends like, yo, just DM this shit to like yourself or your friend or whatever, or like he'll have like burner accounts that just like you'll use to like resend the posts to.
Interesting.
So, like,
so you just fake your DM stuff?
Yeah. Because like
Interesting.
the amount of times it gets DM'd, it adds to like the algorithm or whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know.
Shit. Beg for Greg, harvesting blues today. No, these are gonna be black alps. Um, we were doing a little bit of blues earlier. I was just like I had some blues separated into parts, and then we just reassembled them. I'm not gonna loop them or anything. But I just got this in the mail. These are black alps, and I want to be able to just test this out. Problem is, I need to figure out how to get VIA open. There we go. Let's try this out. Some of these don't even work. Oh god. But yeah, like, yeah, I just noticed, like, if I post something, it does not get anywhere close to the traction I used to get like 4 or 5 years ago on Instagram. And it's because I don't do anything related to video. Spacebar wire popped out.
Cool, it's a sick ass game. What is that game?
It's called VIA. It's a key tester.
You know what always is so fascinating to me? When people play that game where they just like move the cursor around and click
Oh,
in like crazy patterns. Like, what is that?
wait. Which game?
It's like DDR or something, but like with your mouse.
Osu? Yeah, is it
I
Osu?
don't know, man. It's like it's a world beyond me. But I always like randomly see clips of it. I'm just like, yo, that shit crazy.
It's probably Osu. Osu is pretty big. Alright, so most of these work.
Is there a competitive Osu?
I'm pretty sure there is. I don't know enough about it, but I'm sure there is. Okay, there's about
Whoa.
4 or 5 keys that don't appear to work. I don't know if this numlock actually works or not. Test matrix. I don't know how test matrix works in VIA. Oh.
I'm gonna develop an aimbot for Osu. So
Do
people
it.
could hack. There's like, I don't know, like when I play Gunbound right now, like I swear to God, like people are hacking or literally they're just like gods. But I'm just like, what's more likely, you know? Because I'll be
Xanier.
like super far away, the wind will be like north east, like -17, and this fool will just like do a backwards like high angle shot from like across the map and like direct hit, like no practice shot, and I'm like, yo, that's some bullshit.
Xaniard, welcome to the stream. I got my co-host here, Andy, talking about his struggles with classic Gunbound.
Dude, Gunbound is the best game in the world.
Is there any, like, is there a new Gunbound?
Okay, so when Gunbound first came out, it was like perfect, and then they started adding characters. Okay, that's fine. Then they added like all these new modes, and they like made like, it was called like New Gunbound, and it was like so shit, and it was just like so unbalanced, and like it was terrible. And then Gunbound died, and then I guess maybe within the past 2 years or something, they came out with like Gunbound Mobile. It was like the first time a Gunbound game released in like 10 years or whatever. And then the mobile version like wasn't made by the same developers or anything, and they changed the mechanics and like the rules of the game, and I'm just like, this isn't fucking Gunbound. And then some guy who like I will always be forever thankful for, like he like made Gunbound like the original version and like spent all this time like developing it and like
Getting it to
paying
work.
for like servers for people to play on, and then it's just like back.
Yeah. Sick.
So cool.
Xanier, this is a Dell AT101W. Oh shoot, I'm not even overhead. There it is. We just did a little test, like a little key tester test. I realized I probably should have done an actual test so you guys could see. Do I need to screw everything back in? I'll just do it. My intent is to harvest out all the switches from here, but it's like while it's in here, I might as well have a little fun. It is working over USB, which is rather interesting. So I'm gonna put a converter in here. What is that? Oh, is that? Wow. That was when you were in San Francisco, right, Andy?
Yeah, it just showed up on my iPhone as a featured photo. I like make these little like photo albums I don't ever ask for.
Xanier, what switches are you using? These are black alps. And what happened to my arm? Yesterday, I did I had a laser tattoo removal session. I've been working on it over the last couple of years, but like pandemic rolled around and then like I stopped doing it. But I'm just trying to get back into it now. So, it's like, so you see like this arm right here, it's just like, it kind of looks good. This arm is supposed to be symmetrical, but I had a tattoo underneath it. So now I'm just trying to get rid of like the remainder of that tattoo, like here, here, and here. And so every time it's like I have to do like several sessions. So this, I feel like this is gonna look like this periodically. It's been a while since I had done it, but yeah. All right, we'll do a little mini test or two. Let's get this microphone on. All right, let's get it.
You know what's crazy? Like my sister has like a garden outside that she's been developing,
Uh-huh.
and then she like grew a tomato plant, and then she took a picture of like this giant like green caterpillar just like on this tomato plant, and she's pissed because it's like eating the plant. I'm just like, where the fuck did it come from? Like where did this giant green caterpillar crawl from and get to our tomato plant? The Earth is so big. Like, how did you arrive in our backyard? Like, I don't get it. Like,
My
where did
guess,
you walk from?
maybe like a butterfly must have just flown in from somewhere and then like dropped off some babies. That's my
Shit,
guess.
I don't know. It's like mind blowing. I don't know. Am I overreacting? Like, where did these bugs come from, bro? Like,
I'm so interested in all switches. Yeah. Yeah, cool. All right, we did 2 tests. That's enough. So, the V key is basically unusable. And I'm curious to see if it's like the PCB somewhere in the soldering or is it the switch itself. We'll find out. Alrighty. Back to unscrewing. Yeah, did you remember like when we were like in middle school, I would go to your place and then we would always go to that pizzeria and then like get like shaved ice, like snow cones.
yeah, I remember this. I don't remember going with you though. What the heck?
Dude, you took me there like at least like 2-3 times.
Oh.
At least.
Well, what about it?
I don't know, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, those were bomb. Okay, so like, what's really interesting about that pizzeria is that their pizza's really expensive.
The pizza?
Yeah, it's like a mom and pop place, so like it's not your typical like $6 Domino's pizza price. Like if you want a pizza, you're paying like $23-25 there.
Ah.
But I remember as a kid, like growing up, and like you only have a couple of dollars, you know, a day or whatever, and then I remember I would say,
What? Wait, are you still there? I think, and I don't know if you're still there, but you seem to have gotten cut off in the middle of your story. I hope I'm still around here. Beg for grab. Where do you think you should start getting some alps from? I would venture to say, honestly, like you can dig around for some like vintage boards, like the Dell AT101, the Alps extended key or Apple extended keyboard. Yeah, those are the ones that like come to mind, I guess. Outside of that, if you're into 60% keyboards, what you might as well do, in my opinion, at least, is keepmeup.com. They sell a lot of like vintage harvested parts, and they also sell PCBs, like standard 60% sized PCBs, as well as some plates too. So if you can source keycaps, then you're good, because they'll also have some switches for you to buy as well. But you gotta like be like into it enough in order to be able to get into this. And so like I'm still just trying to explore and learn, figure things out. I'm gonna let Andy know. I think he got cut off. How the hell do these tabs work? You gotta push these in. There we go. Interesting. So this right here is the Soarer converter. Oh, that's cool as shit, I gotta say. However, I also just completely... I don't know if I was covering that the whole time. If anyone wants to clip that, I just pulled all of these wires out and I don't know what the arrangement was from before. It's like, man, I gotta figure it out. Did I really just block everything out? Watching my own VOD right now. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, it's all there. Not that like I need to know right away. It's just that like in case I ever might want to use something like, you know, something like this in the future, I'll know how to use it. Okay. Let's see how easy it is to just like pull this out. Maybe get that taken out. Alrighty. So this right here is, I guess, a Soarer's converter, which to me honestly looks something like, oh, sorry, this is completely out of focus. This right here, it just like kind of looks like a Teensy or just some other kind of microcontroller. This is Pro Micro on it. And it's got some cables in it that are, I guess, soldered in some, I guess, very specific manner. And I'm guessing it has something flashed onto it that allows you to reprogram it. Albeit not through VIA, but possibly just something else. Yeah, then here's like the original board. I realized also I didn't actually pull these keycaps off yet, so I can't really solder them or desolder them yet. So let me find my key puller right here. All right, let me go grab some little containers. There's a container right here for some switches and a container for keycaps. It's just so damn tight sometimes. Oh. Yo, Andy, you there? Wait, yeah, I don't know what you just said.
My internet just died out of nowhere.
I see.
feel like I was saying something, but I don't remember.
Yeah, you were in the middle of a story, and to be honest, I don't remember what it was.
Me neither. I think it had to be a TikTok.
I feel like it did.
Whatever. Probably not.
Well, I know that we were talking about TikTok way kind of earlier from before. And what I was gonna say was that, like...
Important? Shoot.
What?
Was it important? Maybe it was important.
Well, here is what I was gonna say. I was gonna say is that, like... Instagram is no longer as useful to me for photography as it once was. Not necessarily that it was ever particularly useful, because I never really amassed like a big following, but it's even less useful now. What?
Twitter and what?
No, people are just photographers are just kind of switching over to Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's like Instagram is less useful than it was for photographers. You know, compared to before. And it's because, like, apparently, like, you can tell by using it, but also, like, I guess, like, a spokesperson for Instagram came out and kind of said, like, straight up said the words, like, Instagram is not a photo sharing app.
What?
Which I guess, like, pissed off a bunch of photographers. So just, like... It's a TikTok competitor. It's some social media for sharing videos now, really, because that's basically, if it's not videos that it's, you know, kind of promoting, then it's just like it's a picture that's an ad. And it's no longer really about pictures, like photos that are art. It's like those are like way more on the wayside now than they ever were. So, and it's like, I get it, because it's like, I've been on Instagram lately, and it's like, yeah, man, sometimes you just get stuck. Like, you get stuck into those reels. Like, sometimes I'll be looking at reels for like half an hour, and I'm like, oh man, I need to put down my phone. Like, they're like, I get it. It's like, everyone wants to make them because they know that people will watch them, and then everyone wants to watch them because, I don't know, they've been made and can circulate in a really, really addicting way. But like, I know that by the time like I've gotten through like 30 minutes worth of Instagram reels, which I guess is like the exact same thing as TikTok, but when I know I've gone through like 30 minutes of it, I'm like, oh my god, that is literally 30 minutes of my life that is completely wasted.
Dude, I actually get a lot out of TikTok though.
I don't know.
I learned so much.
I guess that's like a different. There's like a little bit of a difference too. Is that like I get stuck on like the most generic, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like the most circulated Instagram reels, where it's like I'm not learning anything here.
Dude, Duncan Robinson is gonna replace Bradley Beal.
Really?
That's what.
Twitter?
What I just read.
I thought
They automatically start dominating.
I don't know how I feel. Duncan Robinson does not plug the holes that the team has. Team needs some rebounding. Team needs some fool that can dunk. There's literally no threat of anyone who can like just cut and dunk over everybody. It's like, I think that's like what just made everyone like a threat, like 2008, 2012, and even to a lesser extent 2016.
I'm watching this trailer for a new first-person shooter game in Japan. That's Gundam first-person shooter.
Whoa, what?
It's fucking crazy.
That's wild.
I wish it's not out in the US apparently yet, but they're going to do a worldwide release eventually.
Oh, Andy, I never opened up your second package.
Oh.
Wait.
I got points.
What's
I
up?
got points. Here, I can open another package.
Oh my god, these look so impossible. God damn. What the hell happened to this one? The little clip went out. I don't know where it went at all. Oh, it's right here. Okay, take this out. Duncan Robinson, man. You're about like the whole Trae Young getting snubbed.
For the USA team?
Yeah. It's like
Uh,
apparently like what the fuck? Popovich doesn't like him, and also like one of the assistant coaches is the one that got fired mid-season.
oh.
Yeah. Alright, I lost a wire, but who cares? Damn. This motherfucker is impossible. Alright. I think I gotta... For the first thing is I gotta get rid of the 5 keys that wouldn't register. Escape, F1, Tab, V, and numlock. Alright, we got all of them off. Alright, before I go and do that, let's open up some packages. Right, Andy?
Yes, Ski.
Let me think about which ones I need to open. We'll open some of the regular ones. I have a bunch of packages to open today. That's not even me open for like a week. We got some peel and stick puzzle saver. We have a silicone loofah. And we got some more probiotic gummies for digestive health. Hell yeah.
Yo, shout outs to the digestive system, bro.
Dude, it's one of the greatest systems of all time. Zanyard, what the heck? Alright, we got more packages. Alright. One more that Andy's already redeemed, but guys, we do have 3 more. 3 more packages up for redemption. So again, feel free, anybody, to do those. Alright. We'll do this one. This one intrigues me. For now. This one most immediately. Oh, Zanyard. Thank you for redeeming. Alright, 2 more. And I think after that we have one last one to be redeemed. Okay. This one is from Prevail. We got some desk keys. We got a bunch of springs here. Let's check out these springs. We got some Extreme 3 slow and some Supreme springs, which I think are the linear ones. Got more. There's another one, some 68 gram progressive. That's a receipt. Got that, I guess is this a magnet or a sticker? I don't know. I feel like there are more springs that I can't find here. Am I crazy? Supposed to be more springs. I don't know if they went missing. More stickers. Am I crazy? Ah, here we go. Oh. Beg for Greg with the air horn. Alright, we got a couple more packs of springs here. They were stuck to the little air pouch thingy. We got the kale box springs and the kale box springs. 60 gram slow and the just straight 90 gram. And why this intrigues me is because apparently these are the same diameter as alps. So I'm gonna try this out at some point, yeah, just to get these heavy weighted keycaps like 7U space bars up and working. And we're gonna see which ones are good for what. And we'll just kind of see. So that was what would intrigue me about this. But finally, we got the last guy here. Open this one up heavily. This is all still within the same Prevail package. My. We have got here a new lubing station. However, this one's not for me. This one's for Ada. Ada is then gonna give me the one that she has, which is the smaller one. But this one's really quite cool because it is all white. It's pretty sick. Oh, so that's how this fits. I feel like we tried this thing on Ada's and it doesn't fit. All right, here's another separate thing that's worth showing. I got this a little while ago. Give me a second. Just opening this up for the first time. This is a cover that definitely fits over. It's just like it's like a 8x11 paper tray, A4 paper tray. It will fit perfectly over the smaller version of this. On the bigger one, it actually still fits, but only just for the section for the switches, which is good. That's actually useful. So, cool. Nice. All right. I believe we have 2 more packages, right? 2 more packages to open up while we're all still here. Let's get this one over to Ada. She's gonna come over probably tomorrow. More exciting packages for y'all. This box cutter. Thank you guys for being here for mail day. Appreciate y'all. What we got here? Some Gap Milky Yellows. A small packet of Gat Ink Yellows. A pack of Duroc Purple Linears. And a shitload of just 7U wire stabilizers. It's actually really nice that they do this where they just part out 7U, because I have way too many of the 2U ones. Because I only use HHKB layout, which only requires 2. Very cool. Very cool. Exciting. I'm gonna need to like put all of these in a small box. Alright, last but not least of the redeemed packages so far. This one you guys might think is a little ridiculous for many reasons. There's a dirty secret behind this guy. We got here the rare G Pro Superlight. Now, why is this crazy? I feel like this white one is like not easy to get your hands on. Secondly, is that I've actually had this, still in the package, like the actual shipping package box, for about a week now. It's just like, I don't know why, I just haven't opened it, but I'm interested to just like get it in right now because I've been wanting like a wireless mouse. I want to see how this one sort of works and fits in my hand. Let's do this. Super light, yep. Oh, this is bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, that's very light. In fact, I would almost consider this to be super light. Want to get one, but my country doesn't stock. Ah, that's a bummer. Is this like a anti-theft right here? Is that what that is? So this thing is actually bigger than I thought it was. That part kind of, I'll be honest, kind of bums me out. So how, what is, I gotta read some instructions here. Like, what is this? It's like, I don't know, what is the purpose of this? I'm not gonna lie, this is, I love this mouse right here. I just wished it weren't wired. This is crazy for how light it is, but this is a lot bigger than I thought it would be. I have one of those, the Zowie, what is that? I forgot what that model even was. Over here, I think there's an S2, which even this is like smaller than that, I think. I'll pull it out if y'all want to see this. Roughly the same size. Roughly. I think this is still a little bit bigger and a little bit taller. but again, does have the advantage of it being wireless. Interesting. I'm still confused as to what the heck this is. Are you guys as confused as I am? Oh. I see. So this is just like a receiver extender, I guess. Of some kind. Can you not just plug this directly into your machine? I think that's what confuses me. What? This is like a completely language free. G Pro Superlight included. Remind me later, accept all cookies. So what is it that we're even looking at here? Is the whole purpose here to plug into that? I'm like really lost here. I'm still just trying to figure out. Okay, specifications. Just scrolls me down here, of course. What does a Superlight come with? Manual. receiver, which is installed in an extension adapter. So that's all it really is then. It's just an extension adapter. All right. Well, that answers that. It is both a charging and a data cable. So if I then plug this directly into an outlet, that should show as charging as it does there. So here's the story. I bought this like 2 Sundays ago. All right, it's being detected as a keyboard. What does this button do? Power play aperture door. How do I up the DPI? I need the G-Hub software. Because of course you need to download software. Why would you expect anything different? Metal keyboards! Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. We just opened all the keyboard stuff. Do I have more? I guess we have a little more. Metal keyboards, welcome, welcome. If you're the same metal keyboards, Ali G, if you're the same metal keyboards I think you are, I placed an order with you about 2 weeks ago. I'm very, very excited. Got the all blank silver or gray. We were in the middle of just trying. We've been kind of all over the place. I've had, today be mail day. So we're opening up a bunch of packages while we're supposed to be doing some Alps related content tonight. All right, so we got here some interesting. This is a DCS Alps Yuri, and a problem that I discovered, which I still willingly bought it, was that it came with 2 6.25 unit spacebars instead of 1 625 and 1 7U. And the problem is that my whole intent here is to use this on a keyboard that is going to have a 7U bottom row. So I'm kind of at a loss there. The Fuke MX style, yeah. So we got some MX style stabilizers. This is Signature Plastics does this. with 6.25 and 7U. And I think it's really cool because some of the newer styled 60% Alps PCBs, like the Plane 60, the Steezy 60, the ones that I think Keep Me Up has provided, as well as I think Gavalch's, or I don't know how to say that name, but they actually have cutouts for cherry stabilizers. I guess knowing that there's just like Alps, there's like Alps switches or Alps keycaps that can actually use MX style stuff. So this is pretty cool. So the problem is, again, like there's no 7U here. I am in possible contact with someone who might be able to part with their 7U, but I'm also just still trying to figure out a few things here. I think one option is that if I decide to go tray mount for whatever board this key set goes on, I suppose I can try to cut a plate that does 6.25U, still use it. So what's up with Alps? Alps is great. Alps serves as just like another option. I feel like apologize, I've just been dehydrated. Alps is like a good other option for just like another type of switch feel. I think I've used complicated brown Alps, and I feel like that's just like among one of the best, at least hard style switch that I've used. I don't currently have them mounted to any board right now, but plan is to do so. I had it in a couple of previous builds. Let's see if we can pull them up. I need to, before I do that, this is like gonna bother me like crazy. I need to, I guess, install this Logitech G Hub software so I can up the DPI on this mouse. This mouse seems really quite nice, but I need to up this DPI before it becomes actually nice. I feel like it's too many fucking options. I think, like, I guess to me, in my opinion, at the end of the day, there's like 1,000 different types of MX switches that literally 1,000, I think now is what they're mint goats on. And you can really just try to finally distinguish between what each switch is, but the difference between individual MX style linear switches and MX style tactile switches, I feel like those differences are so, I think, minor compared to the difference between taking any MX switch and comparing it to an Alp switch. I think like they just feel and sound and just act really differently. So, did that install? How do I go to G Hub? G Hub. It's like not here. Ah, we got it. What is going on? All right, so we're at 53% battery right now. All right, I got 3,200 DPI and everything just seems way better now, I think. 1,600 enough? Nope, I need to go to 32. All right, we good. Cool, I'm just gonna unplug this. Just use this as is now. Okay, let me go and quickly find this. Just for everybody's knowledge here, we have For anyone who hasn't seen it yet, you can hit the exclamation website command, but I guess I'll just also show it off here. This is my personal website here. It contains a bunch of stuff, including projects that I've worked on, software projects, some concert photography I've done in the past and look forward to continue doing in the future. But finally, also, it contains my keyboard collection. And so here is the Alps party that I had once built. Here's a type test, which I think should contain the brown Alps that I had used here. So let me turn down that and turn, oh, this is already up. Take a listen.
Test time. We got 60 seconds. And let's go. Build queue. I got you just like.
Oh man,
type the
am
whole
I
thing
just
in.
talking here?
All right, here we go. Oh no.
Metal Keyboards, did you DM order number on Discord? I did not, because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to. I placed the order on July 1st, Metal Keyboards, and I think you'd said like, oh yeah, if you place an order in June, DM me your order number. So I wasn't sure if like it was just like not my turn yet. I can DM you the order number. I could just do that like right now. If that's what you wanted. I didn't want to like overstep my boundaries, you know. Meanwhile, feel free to listen to this. Yeah. Okay, I just sent you my order number. It was placed on July 1st and I just wasn't sure if I was supposed to.
Oh my god, it's.
Okay, enough of me hearing me talk myself. But yeah, this is a board I built. It's going through many iterations. Gray. Hell yeah. Gray, no markings, but with the notches. July 1st. Alrighty. Going back to it now, this is actually, oh, this is crazy not having a wire here. And it's like a really nice mouse. It's really light. Okay. Getting back to business here. We've been meaning to do this all stream. We're 2 hours in now. Of course, we'll just drop a bunch of stabilizer wires. Nachos. We got the nachos. I'm excited. I don't know. I'm guessing. Like, I would guess that anyone who makes something as crazy as metal keycaps, I guess, might be familiar just like with the history. I began, my foray into the keyboard hobby in about 2012. And I remember just like as I was entering the keyboard hobby at that time, I think just there was this thing called the Scarface key set. And I had totally forgotten about it until maybe like mid last year that it existed. But I just remember like thinking like it was crazy because it had become something that was hard to find even when I started, so I can't imagine it's like easy to find now. But this idea of like the Scarface key set being like an all metal key set, like all, I think it was aluminum, um, just seemed really, really wild. And it's cool that like being able to get like the types of options with regards to anything now, it's just like just so awesome. And so like I'm really excited for something like what Metal Keyboards is doing when I saw that, especially you can get it blank. Just have it look like what I think the Scarface set looked like. Alrighty, let's get it. We're gonna take out the first, what was it, 5? I think it was, what was it? F1, escape, tab, V, and numlock. We're gonna set them aside because for some reason these guys haven't been working. Now to recall how to actually pull these out, because I don't think you use this quite like with a regular MX style switch puller. Let's get some music back on. These are clipped in. I'm not sure, like part of me is wondering, should I just wait to desolder everything? I'm trying to push these guys out. Maybe we'll just have to do that. Which is a bummer. I want to know whether or not I'm getting through the joints correctly. Oops, I guess I tore a joint, or tore a pad. Yo!
Jesus Christ, we love you, God!
Carts Boy, welcome. Tempest, welcome. Glad you guys could be here tonight. We are 2 hours into stream and we've just started off with the we just started the big goal of the night, which is to desolder this board. So we're preparing for this to be a long night. Just doing a little harvesting. What's the Bandage Fresh ink? Oh, the opposite. So, as you guys know, this is like a full piece right here that's supposed to be symmetrical. The problem is that on this side I had, yeah, exactly. I had a piece under from before, and I've been working over the last like 2 years. This is like my 4th session now, just getting it laser removed, but only just the parts that are there, so, or the parts that are underneath. So we got this little bit here through 3 different negative bands. Just getting it bandaged up. Got to keep it dressed for at least a little bit. But yeah, that's what we got going on. We are desoldering here tonight a Dell AT101. Actually, it's not. This is actually the win keyless version, so it's not an AT101W. It's an AT101. And these like old alps boards to harvest from can get really annoying because all of these like joints or all the legs are like bent in. So the joints are just like super hard to deal with sometimes. I'm gonna guess here. Anthixious, welcome. Everybody, welcome. Got a late night party here, huh? Ah. The Apple board I desoldered sucked to do. Bent pins are awful. Fortunately, I have a nice little unit here that makes it not so terrible, but it's still pretty bad, I gotta say. Yo, Jim, my guy. There's a big old raid, 91. Party of 90. Whoa, what is happening? We got the Xing Xing clip. Oh my goodness. Everybody, welcome. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, there's a lot of messages here. Alright. Here we go, guys.
What degen is?
Oh.
You're still not understanding what degen is? Alright, I'll give you an example. This is Nathan on his stream. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm about to nut. Oh yeah. That's what I mean by degen.
That's fantastic. Everybody, guys. Oh man. Moon Operator, Roly, Archetype, SS Sushi, Potato Boy, Pho Master, Anne Mur, Jolagu, Jim, Purinova, Wakarana, Tempest, I just busted the pads, brush them off with an iron. Alright, who else we got here? It's Davood, Stanky Stiff, Voodoo Bear. Guys, everybody, welcome, welcome. Xing Xing, look, I can explain. Hall of Fame clip. Oh, guys. Thank you, and welcome. Oh man, so many people in here. Guys, thank you all for the follows. Everyone who I've just mentioned, Joel Dagu, Wakarana, Stanky Stiff, Cal Madsen, Archetype, Kiazo, Ozzy Obsessions, Anmer. Thank you guys. Guys, we're 2 hours in, and I just started the big project of the night, which is to desolder this board. But Jim, I hope your stream went well. I popped in for a little bit. Your stream's always entertaining to watch. Appreciate you. Hope you had a great stream. I'm not sure where the direction went, but at your stream, but I hope it went great. ClickPig, thank you for the follow. Couldn't do Free Britney Monday. Oh, fantastic. For those who don't know, Jim, fantastic, famous streamer Jim. Always with the entertaining streams. Shouts out to Jim. And shouts out to Jim. Jim Leader Nathan. Hey! Kingdom, welcome. Let's get back to it. We got these bent pins. Always with these old Alps boards. Always all bent. Terrible to work with. Hope everyone's night's been going well though. Opened up a bunch of packages today. We just got this guy in. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. We didn't just get this in. I got this in last week, but I didn't open it until today. Blogger shop. Oh, they did. Yeah. Hey. Oh, that's what I was supposed to do. Ah, shit. I was at Ada's place last night. I was supposed to go and get her tofu. She has a purple tofu, and we wanted to use these 5-degree blockers in them just to see like how they would work and how they'd fit. But shouts out to Tempest for sending this over. Much appreciated. Very cool. So we're gonna throw this in, those little beveled edges, into a pretty not beveled tofu case. Yo, is that Sandstorm, by the way? It is. This is minus a blocker. Corner blockers. Yeah, I just gave you. This guy right here is GMK Sandstorm. And this is also, the keyboard itself is a Switch Couture Electro Type 60. Clear. It's clear acrylic, but I did not peel off any of the backings. And I just thought it would look really good with GMK Sandstorm. Does it have more brownish tones than greenish bronze IRL? Sandstorm is a flex. How do I put it? The paper backing of this ET60 clear acrylic is definitely warmer than this guy. So like, I don't know. It's hard for me to really say. Dang, but thank you and welcome. Yeah, it's hard for me to really say, to be honest. Cause like I'm just like, I'm looking at them to compare, and like, I'm not gonna lie. Generally, my senses are not very sophisticated, so like I can tell you when something, like how something compares, I guess, to another thing, but I can't tell you in a vacuum what things really look like or sound like or feel like. I can't lie. Every switch is the same. Every color is the same. Everything looks, feels, and sounds the same. Every food tastes the same too. So that's all I can say. So yeah, that's what we got. Getting back to it here. What is life? You get it. Moon, I don't know if you were catching with any of my... I was like talking 2 different projects simultaneously from within the keyboards channel on my Discord. But 2 situations going on. I think... I'm not gonna lie here. My plan here was with this clear acrylic Switch Couture ET60. Is that a Hako desolder blueberry pone cakes? This is a Hako FM2024 gun attachment for the FM204 desoldering station. I quite like this a lot. It is a bit pricey though, so just throwing that out there. But yes, it is a Hako desolder gun of sorts. Never seen it in use. Oh. It's nice. Harvesting is like a really fun pastime, made even more fun by the use of this desoldering unit. I never finished my story, Moon Operator. My goal here was to make this a fully clear keyboard, but there's like so many hurdles. There's so many hurdles to get this like functioning properly. My latest hurdles, one, I can't fit this guy, the Teensy, without essentially the layers getting reshuffled. So I tried reaching out to Switch Couture to ask it like, hey, can I buy another layer 4? And I haven't heard back yet. So there's that as a problem. The second problem is that I technically do need something of a PCB in order to hold PCB mount stabilizers. So I wanted, or I still want to, essentially make a PCB plate. So I need to find some kind of 60% PCB, and then essentially like get it cut in like PETG or acrylic or something clear. Okay, so you went with that too. Okay, so you did that, and then also the guy in that thread did that too. All right. Yeah, so that's something I need to do. But I don't really think I'm gonna be able to get it done in a very timely manner. So I think I'm gonna just put this. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna put that project a little bit on pause, and it's in part by the fact that like I still have not peeled off the brown paper backing of the clear acrylic, and I honestly like this. So it's just like this makes me want to put that project on pause even longer. Sphinxer, that's an excellent name. Thank you for the follow, guys. I don't have alerts up yet. I've been saying that I need to get alerts up for the last like 2 years. I still have not done it, but my goal is within the next couple of weeks to work on a project to get some cool new alerts up. So we will get that in. We will have a situation one day where when we get big old raids like the one by Jim here, we'll have some on-screen alerts. Sandstorm with it looks pretty sick, yeah. Agree, hard agree. So if anyone wants a rundown of what we unboxed today, I'm just taking as many pauses as big ol' raids. All right. Anyone wants a rundown of what we unboxed today? We got this guy here, the G Pro Super Light. It is very light, but it's also like bigger and taller than I thought it would be, but it still works for my hand. I was using previously this mouse over here. This is the Cooler Master MM720, which is based roughly on the CM Storm Spawn shape from about a decade ago. I really like this. I like how small it is. I like the shape that it is. I just wished it were wireless. So I look forward to a distant future, like in the next decade, where they'll come out with a wireless version of this. Until then, we got this guy right here, also very light, different shape. I don't like the shape as much, but that's not to say the shape isn't nice, but it's wireless and it's super awesome so far. Alrighty, what else we unboxed today? We unboxed DCS Alps Yuri, which unfortunately, has come here with two 6.25 spacebars instead of a 7U. But I am working on trying to get a 7U spacebar from another seller. Ugh. Bunch of switches and springs here. We got some Gat Milk yellows, some Duroc purples, just a couple of yellow inks to sample, some Desky films, shitload of springs, and a bunch of stabilizers. We got this guy right in front of us. We unboxed this. You know, the project that we were doing today. What else we get? There was a sixth one, wasn't there? I don't remember what it was. But there was also this guy right here. We got one of these Monstar Gear white loom stations from Prevail. So that's pretty sick too. I'm not gonna lie, there was probably there was all that other stuff. The shit that came from Amazon. You guys might enjoy this. I feel like everyone enjoyed this. So long as I can find it. I buy it and then I lose it immediately, of course. Where the hell did I put it? Xaniard saw it. I don't know where it is. I don't know where I put all that junk. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it if I end up finding it later, but I'll continue working on this little project here as I think about where the hell it went. I hope everyone here is having a good evening tonight. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Chris. Been focusing a little bit more on some keyboard streams lately. Typically a really, I don't know how I'd put it. Kind of a variety streamer. Little different flavor though. Play a lot of Splatoon 2 for the Nintendo Switch. I do photography streams. It's film photography, development, and scanning. And sometimes shooting when I need to burn some rolls for filling up a development tank. I write code. I do a little doodling here and there. But getting back to an old hobby of mine here since 2012 of keyboards. Took a little break for a couple years, but got back into it during the pandemic. Here we are, having some fun, doing some switch harvesting. This is an AT101, a Dell keyboard with black Alps switches. Um, this actually came in with a Sorer converter. So this is actually usable over USB right out the box, but there were some bad switches. About, I want to say 8 of them. There were 8 bad switches. And I'm not sure if they're due to the actual switches themselves, if it's an issue with the PCB, or an issue somewhere soldering the Sorer converter. But my whole goal was to harvest these switches anyways. We'll see where we get. But yeah, so Moon, we're probably gonna put that clear keyboard project on the back burner for now. I do want a reality where I have a clear keyboard at some point. I just don't know if it'll be this one. Maybe it'll be like a different one. We'll find out. Let's do a little cleaning. A clear keyboard? Yes, yeah, but we're gonna put it on pause a little bit. It's quite a bit. But Frank, welcome. Meanwhile, there was, I think, simultaneously another project, Moon, that I was looking at. What was it? Oh, it was the 2 Plane 60 PCBs. I have a sort of update there. We were able to get the USB-C connectors off both of them. So situation here is that I busted one PCB up real bad, like just messing up this connector. Tried fixing it. It appeared to work for a little bit, but then like it kind of just shorted really bad. I was able to finally get that one off. And then meanwhile, the second PCB, I didn't mess up, I didn't touch, but it looked super corroded. But I was able to get that connector off too. And I gotta say, you know, I feel like there's some issues there for both of these guys. I don't know if these USB connectors are still, like, I don't know if those pads are still to be readily usable anymore. I'm not quite certain. So, oh my God. But now, meanwhile, the situation is, well, is it still in some capacity salvageable? And there's this idea that maybe we can solder on some JST, like connector headers, onto the PCB and go that route. Gotta get a couple daughter boards, get that all good to go and rolling. There's a couple problems with that, which is I don't know if I've possibly like ruined any of the components on either of those guys. One, because you know I fried something up, I don't know, on the first one. Or for the second one, if it's just like way too corroded, not just on the USB connector but everywhere. Not sure. Hard to know. But I'm not sure if it's worth a shot. The second problem though is that, like, say we do try to go that JST daughter board route. Turns out this specific revision of that PCB has essentially like, I guess like the wiring on it is reversed from the AIO3 daughter board spec. So apparently, like, you have to do something that I'm not 100% sure of, but you got to do like some thingy to essentially try to like figure out how to get this whole thing reversed. there's like an article about like how do you like reverse your cables, but on the other hand, I'm not sure if you can reverse how the header is soldered. If that would just make it possibly easier. No idea. So, Moon, if you might wanna help look at those couple of weird little things we got going on. You can reverse the wires on the JST. They plug in like sockets. Is it easy? Is it easy to be able to do that? Like can you just pull them out of one? So it's like, I'm guessing it's like on the cable, right? The JST like cable is like you can just like pull out all of the 4 individual cables from the little plastic piece, and then you just plug them back in reverse. Is that how you do it? Ah, got it. Okay. I for some reason I imagine like you have to do something real crazy, like basically cut them off and then like, I don't know, strip some of the sleeving and then like solder it back in or something. I don't know why I thought you had to be able to do that. How are you liking this over the 301 gun? I love this. It's way lighter, and in my opinion, like a way better design. I mean, like it's lighter. Like the entirety of like everything that's like an important component is relegated to the station that I have over there. And also, just in terms of design wise, I love that the cable comes out the top of the gun instead of the bottom. It also comes with a holder that just like accommodates for that really well. I was talking to Druas. It's just like he was talking about how there's like this thing here that's supposed to be like an advantage, and one thing they advertise this for, which is the fact that you can take off the handle to make it less like a gun and more like a pencil, which I think it's like a feature that they advertise, but I don't actually like this as much as I like the gun mode. Seems like it has really good quality of life. Yeah. So it's nice. It's nice. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I do like this a little bit better when it's just in gun mode. Sigma is maybe for you. Yeah, I imagine so. The hard part is just like being able to hit the trigger. But if you really need to be able to use that to like, you know, get into tight spots, it makes sense that like, it's nice that you have the option, and it makes sense what the design is, but it's not as easy to use as a gun when you can use a gun. Pricey though, but I find it worth it. Like, I feel like anytime, like in my opinion, when you see that like something is like a really minor improvement in something, but it costs way more, I get that like a general sense might be like, well, why would you pay so much for that? And for me, I tend to just like, I'll look at it and sometimes I'll just figure like, do I really want to do it? And the answer can sometimes be yeah. Here's one of those situations, and it's like, is it worth it? Like having spent basically like 2-3 times more on this versus like you know, the FR line of guns. And is it worth it? It's like, yeah, I actually do think it's worth it, because this makes certain specific tasks significantly more enjoyable, and like to me that's like worth the money, considering like yeah, I'm willing to throw down, you know, provided I can afford something and have it just be more enjoyable. Similar situation here with film photography scanning is I have like a pretty overkill setup, using the negative supply hardware. That setup is really pricey, but to me it's worth it. It's just like I'd never had so much fun scanning photos. I think that's the case when you get into the pricier things, much more expensive, but if it appeals to your use case anyways, yeah. In general, like, yeah, if it appeals to you, like, that's just how I felt about, like, the film scanning thing. Is like, if I can get back to a situation where I, like, enjoy it again, it's worth the money. Like, has your love been taken away, and can you spending, like, you know, maybe just a little bit more bring it back? And harvesting with the 301 or, you know, the FR line of guns is like, it's cool, but damn, is it tiring. Like, I'll get through a row and, like, I don't know, feel like my posture is all fucked. I don't know. The ergonomics for me is just, like, not super hot, but it suffices for sure. By the way, guys, for anyone who's stuck around, if anybody is interested in knowing, I send bits and subs to the San Francisco Marin Food Bank. So anytime you guys try to support me through the stream, just know that you're supporting my immediate community. So if anyone's interested, you know, in doing so, you get some cool emotes. I got a 3D cool S. I don't know if anyone's seen this yet. And I also got a cool S on top of an alien's forehead and some rock horns. So if you guys like emotes and wanted to support the, you know, the greater community around me, feel free. You could also donate directly if you want to hit the exclamation charity command. You can donate directly to them through that link. Get more bang for your buck there. Feel free. I also do have, Moon Operator, I do have one other quick update, which is that I separately have just, like, kind of by coincidence got back in touch with the guy who sold me those Plane 60 PCBs. And it just so happened because I posted a want to buy on RMM for Nexus Alps sliders. So the hell? How did that happen? I didn't, like, run into him, but, like, he hit back when I posted a want to buy for something else. And I just kind of like let him know, like, oh yeah, hey, just so you know, I bought these PCBs from you about 10 months ago. Things didn't go so hot. Just wondering if you wanted to help look things over, troubleshoot. And so he, you know, I told him, I gave him the whole rundown. And he was like, oh man, yeah, sorry about that. Like, soldering on those connectors is actually kind of a pain, just because things looked a little different compared to, I guess, other PCBs he's worked with or something. I don't know. And he said that he would actually just, like, drop me another Plane 60 PCB. Me, I'm not, like, in any rush because, oh, one of the other things I unboxed was I got more of those Keep Me Up 60% PCBs. So it's like I'm not in any rush to, like, you know, have necessarily even more Alps PCBs, but it would be nice if, like, he was actually gonna, like, just replace one for me. But I haven't really heard back yet. Dude said he has the Nexus Alps housings that I'm looking for, and he wants to get rid of them, but he also just kind of mentioned he's kind of just been slammed with, you know, his engagements. But he would just like let me know when he gets a chance to go and find some of the stuff, so we'll see how things turn out. Oh, I may have just broken off a leg. Yep. Bummer. Ah, man. That sucks. I think I now broke a leg off of two. Like, it wasn't the one that I was suspecting might have been broken anyways. I mean, it's fine. Like, it's just like, this is what, like a 104, no, 103 keyboard. I only use like 60, so it's not a big deal. How's your arm? Oh, it's chill. For anyone who is wondering, here is just a big old bandage. I got I had a laser tattoo removal session yesterday. So, this is my fourth one. I had 2 in 2018 and 1 February of last year, just before like all the lockdowns. So this is my fourth one in that same general area. We're just trying to remove that little underside, you know, what I was trying to cover up by this through the negative space. So it's gonna be a while. I actually like prepaid for like 5 total sessions, so I got 4 more to go. So that would be what? When I'm done with that, it'll be like 8 total, and we'll see how things look then. Might ruin my skin, might ruin my eyes, I don't know. Could be anything. I read some crazy, there was this crazy ass waiver. Holy shit, there was this craziness to this waiver. The waiver said like, lasers may activate hepatitis. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it may activate herpes. I'm like, from nothing? Like, is it like, does it activate it if like you may have like had some remnants of it, or does it activate it from 0? Like, you could just like point lasers at whoever. Like, it's like, and think about that, right? Like the whole Star Wars franchise. Like, they just shoot lasers at each other. They all have hepatitis. They all have herpes. I don't know, man. Seems pretty wild to me, no? It's like, that's the real threat, not the actual, like, burning. Hope everything goes smooth. Oh yeah, no, I'm chill. All right, so this is that situation of, hey, did we desolder everything all right? I mean, I think I've lifted a couple pads here and there, but I don't intend on using this any further. So it's just like this whole like, here's an alps situation. Can we just lift the PCB off if we've desoldered everything cleanly? And we're kind of getting there, but I feel like there's a chance that we got some stuff in the middle that maybe I did not. Hard to know right now. Maybe it's like in terms of machine cleanliness and their lures, let's just put that in case. I mean, true, but it's like, I guess everything should have that disclaimer. You may get hepatitis from eating at Burger King. Oh shit, dude, I got hooked on this new instant milk tea I found. I bought like 15 of them. Definitely got some issues here in the middle. Told a couple friends. They got it too. And apparently if you buy it in the US, there's a label on it that warns against traces of lead / That ain't good, man. That ain't good. Hey, maybe the Canada version's like clean. That's pretty gnarly, man. Back what I missed, we were just, I don't know, I was talking about a couple different projects. I think I finished the desoldering and I could almost completely lift the PCB off cleanly, but there's some fellas here in the middle that are making this not so clean. And I'm like, do I just add more force or did I like actually miss certain joints here? Lasers that shoot herpes. Yeah, no, I got a laser tattoo removal session. Gonna take a nope on that one. The situation is that the waiver was super crazy. Just said something about lasers may activate hepatitis or herpes. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. What? Did a double take there. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Maybe someone already has it, but it's during. I think that's what that meant. Like, in all honesty, like, cause there's no way it would just be like let's use a laser to give people herpes. That has to be it, cause that would be terrifying. Now, some of these guys are so damn stubborn. Like, you for real? Is it this one? I just want to like tear the PCB off at this point. Did I miss like an entire switch somewhere? Dremel. I'm not gonna lie. In all my years of being in this hobby and just doing whatever bullshit I've needed to do, I've never owned a Dremel. I've been meaning to buy one for the last like 10 years. I gotta get one. Especially for a situation like this. This dumbass thing. I'm just like really, really trying to avoid having to put in any new solder into this PCB that I'm never gonna use again. I think I literally just forgot one. I think that's what I forgot this guy right here. My God. Terrible. Terrible. Can you believe this guy? This guy doesn't know anything. My God. That was so stupid. So stupid. Alright. Can you only take Alps once the PCB is out? It's like I have trouble doing anything but that. I got a similar kind of board slash metal plate like that, and I had to almost break the tabs on the switch that hold it in. That's what I'm worried about here. I was not able to just like pull it out super easily. So I'm trying to figure out what's the easiest way for me to get these guys out. And I was thinking, well, maybe if I just get the PCB off, is there going to be an easier way for me to push these guys out? Sometimes this shit tight. I got the same black house. Is this the one? Is this an AT101 that you were going for? Yeah. So what's the situation? How you get these out? Found it at work? Oh, that's super sick. Okay, I just pushed really hard. Did anything break? I believe we kind of broke one tab. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I feel like one of those wings, the little tab wings, broke one of them in this corner only. And I think, I'll be honest, I think that just kind of happens sometimes with Alps. I don't know if I'm crazy or just like stupid, but I feel like that just like happens sometimes. So I'm guessing then there must be like some other way to very, very cleanly get it out of there. I don't know what that way is. Like I'm guessing you have to push like all 4 corner wings in and then push out through it. But you gotta do it like very precisely, I suppose. So I probably should focus on the really, really problematic ones. I think it's gonna be, I'm gonna mark these with like a Sharpie or something, or I don't know, a pencil. Probably don't want to ruin a Sharpie. All right, we got these 3 guys here. This guy here, this guy here. This one has no leg, or like one leg is clipped off. This one right here is also busted-ish. I think this one actually might have been the one that might have been, you know, also problematic. So I think we're good on that guy. I think it was a numlock. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I keep on thinking about wanting to own an Alps board. I say do it. I think that's a great idea. A fantastic idea, if I may. How the fuck you get these out though? That's the crazy thing. All right, I tried that thing where I push all the way in. And I want to say it almost worked, but you can kind of see here that maybe it's like it kind of like did that thing where plastic like it's just like got really weak, and then like it's like now miscolored. Or I'm not sure if that's just dirt. What PCB support alps? So I don't even know where to start unless I just start googling. Keep Me Up has PCBs available if you're into 60% boards. So that's one way to go. I don't know of TKL options. I'll be honest. I'm just not certain. I know that they have to be out there, but I don't know what they are. Like I'm thinking that there might be like a Heine TKL PCB. I'm not certain. I think there was the J02 is another 60, and also the Dawn 60 I've heard, but I don't think that either of those are like readily like super in circulation. I think that there's a group by Gavalcha. Yeah, start asking around. Yeah. Does taking the top housing off make it easier to remove? Well, I guess we can find out. Let's try this. So this one is also already the one that was like possibly in consideration of being busted up. I don't remember which one was which, I'll be honest. I shouldn't have done that. I do not think it does. Moon. I pushed it out. Things look okay, I guess. Oh shoot, what do I do with that spring? Yeah, I'm not certain. Needs an Alps TKL. Frank, I think Frank was talking a bit about working on this whole situation. Yeah, I mean that's fine. We're good, but this is one of those ones where it's like it's potentially busted up. One of these two is also potentially busted up, but I'm not quite sure which one. I think it's this one. This one seems more partially clipped than this one. Any board with a Heine 8788 has Alps support. Oh, right on. Okay. If it's a Jane style top mount, there's probably a plate out there. Yeah, there has to be. Okay, I'm gonna look up if anyone has any tips on this. I also want to wash my hands because I got this brand new white mouse and I'm touching this dirty ass plate. So give me a second. Let's see. What we got? We're looking for how to remove Alps switches from AT101. Plate. I don't know how people say. I don't know. People have been saying that there's like an easy way to remove alps switches without breaking them. Okay, I'm reading this. Hold up. Hold up. Let's see if you guys want to read this together with me. Note the tab. Is there like a imager album or something? This is for opening. I'm not trying to open it. I'm literally trying to remove it once I've desoldered, but I'm trying to remove this from the plate, so I don't know if this is really what I'm looking for. There's like one thing that I wonder is like, I don't know, like, should you just harvest all the top parts and then try to just find another situation where you can get the bottoms from somewhere else? I tried Googling, but all the stuff I found were opening. Yeah, okay, so I'm not the only one. You've done this before. You've been through this little song and dance. Damn. That's crazy. That's crazy. My thumb hurts. I don't know why. What did I do? Let me think here. I feel like I have a little idea. I got myself a little brain blast. What if... Is this easy or possible? I'm trying to like not ruin it. I got it. Good old Jimmy. Good old Jimmy Neutron. I think this works. So you kind of squeeze in on the wings. Push down on one side. Let me try that again. Hold up. Damn, this is actually kind of hard. Hold up. Okay, so when you push down on these wings, you can kind of get it partially through until you can't. And then on the other side, you do the same thing, and boom, you can just pop that off like that. Sick. Okay, I kind of want to take off these like bad ones first so I can like not think about them. And so this is me like being safe, I guess, because I don't really want to break the wings if I don't have to. On the same token, I think if these are the risky switches, then I guess these matter a little bit less. Putting these off to the side. Looks like we got our answer, Moon. Damn, it's just such a big ass. This is like the way I hate keyboards that are big. They're just so damn big. It's just huge. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. I feel like there was one other busted up one. 4, 5, 6. Okay, okay. Solid as fuck. Can probably check the keyboard off a building in the internals. I think that's how it goes. I wonder. So last time around, we desoldered a Zenith. What was it? Z150 or something like that. And Zoo was in here. He was like, "Oh, can I have the case?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." Wondering if he's still interested in collecting these like old cases. Because if so, I got another one for him. Do you have the white one or the black one? It's white, but it's like beige, but it's very yellowed. Oops. Ooh. Got the black one right on. Is it the is it like the Windows key version? Okay, okay. Yeah, this one's Winkyless, yeah. Okay, you see this right here? I definitely am breaking some. I don't know which one I've broken, but I broke one at least. I don't know if y'all can see that. One little wing. That's sick. That's pretty chill. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. Trying to figure out which hand I use this better. You know what the funny thing is like, there's this chance here where like, does this even matter? Because I'll be like, probably breaking this anyways on the next go around of whenever I might desolder this switch. Totally forget about it. So Moon, what did you do? Did you just like force it all the way out? Just push really hard through or what? I'm curious about. This right here, I'm also realizing, technically still usable. I mean, other than the fact that I possibly lifted some of these pads. Other than that part. I tried wedging them out with a screwdriver from the top. That's kind of what I used to try to do back when I was like first dealing with alps a few years back. But then like I just kind of was just like, I don't even know. I don't know if anything here is right. Just realized. What'd you just realize? Your plate doesn't have the windows cut out either. Yeah. Yeah, so they blocked off. Right there. Right there. There's a circle cut out. So I mean, it's like, I guess maybe you could use this plate and put it into your black version. You know, I think that might actually still work. It's just like, because like the plate's cut out, like it kind of doesn't matter. There's so much like crazy gunk in this that like I want to have to like clean this desk mat after all this. There is like one minor project that I kind of wanted to work on tonight, but it is getting a little bit late, and that project can be worked on pretty much anytime. It's a quick one. It's kind of why I wanted to like maybe try to stuff it in here, but it's cool if we don't. There's always more time to be able to stream keyboard content. Trying to figure out how easy I can make it for myself. Some of these don't behave quite as nicely as others. Looks like for the most part I am avoiding clipping these black plastic wings, so I'm like happy about that. But it does look like I'm gonna have to just completely separate non sequitur. I might have to do some ultrasonic cleaning on this. Some of this shit messy. It's crazy. I'm thinking about. Oh shit! I just clicked one back in. I'm thinking about an RMM item I once saw that I feel like I really missed out on, which was it was Alps mounted Cherry profile keycaps that looked like they were from Cherry because they looked pretty accurate to Cherry Legends. They're just like a normal beige colorway, and I'm just like, damn, I was sleeping on that. Someone swooped in on that real fast. It's like, where did that even come from? I think about that sometimes. I feel like I may have talked or just seen who it was that bought it, but I forget who exactly it was. Maybe it was Spelunk or just somebody else. That's just so gross, dude. So many switches and so damn like wide. Ooh, these pliers starting to hurt my hands. They're not hurt, but like. Moon. Whew. I'm surprised that this works, but I'm also like, I'm also happy that I'm not killing myself trying to push these guys out or do whatever it was that I might have done for the first time. Whoa! Maze by Grace with the big ol' raid. Party of 48. What? Guys, thank you, thank you. Glorfindel, Ground Zero, welcome. Whoa, Chris. Hell's Rocket. Whoa, Chris, thank you for the follow. Hi, how are you? We're good, we're chilling. Trying this last little task for the night, trying to get these alp switches out of this plate, but I'm good. Grace, I hope you're doing well. How was your stream? What were you up to? Anything fun on your end? Doing some more cool art? Raiders, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. It's good. I was wax carpet. Ooh, that's cool. Very cool. Gotta check that out. I feel like I'll tune in every now and then, and you're doing something different. Something like I feel like I don't see a lot of other streamers do, and I love that. I love when people are doing something like pretty crazy different. How's photography coming along? It's good. It's real good. I actually, for those who might not know, I actually opened a film photography development and scanning service. You can hit that exclamation film command for any details. If anybody here is interested. I'll do that. Film. Thank you, Moon. Whoa, awesome, yeah. I don't know how much I'm supposed to disclose. It's like, I had a client, who submitted some film and then chose the do not stream this on Twitch option. I guess, I wasn't sure why. I was like, maybe he just didn't want, you know, his personal moments on stream. I don't know. VIP Moon, I see you. Like, I don't know if it was just he wanted his personal moments on stream or something. So I got to developing it. I developed it yesterday. I began scanning it today, just off stream. And it was interesting because it's like, okay, if he didn't want it on stream, that's perfectly fine. But I'm just like, am I supposed to be not talking about it too? Because there's actually a couple of interesting things that I discovered about his film. It's like, there's no non-disclosure. Holy shit, your photos are poggers. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mostly shooting from the pit. Some of these concerts. I think you're probably looking at the concert photos, right? You're not disclosing his info. It's just like telling a story. Okay, so a couple of things. Thank you for helping me justify. Okay, so here's a couple of things I noticed. One was that I kind of found out why. I think I kind of found out at least one reason why he might not have wanted to show it, which is there was some kind of I mean, how do I put it? It's like not safe for work type material on there, but it wasn't of him or anyone he knew. It was literally like, I think there was some kind of like he managed to get a shot of some kind of like nudist meetup that he wasn't a part of. I don't know what it was. It was just a bunch of naked people on bikes. So I'm just like, maybe that was a part of it. I don't know. But the second crazy thing is that this client of mine was a friend of a friend. My buddy Alex, he's sometimes on these. He gets on the VC here. So Alex recommended this friend to come to me for cheap photo film development. Oh, I think I know where this is in the city that does it. I feel like there might be some places that do it. I think I'm in San Francisco, and I think that there's like a San Francisco thing about it, but well, I guess I found out that there's one other place that does it based off of what I see in the photos. But the other crazy thing is, okay, so he's a friend of my buddy Alex. And he's like, oh yeah, my friend CG Buin, he does photo film development. So like, yeah, and then like he gave him my information. I dabble in portraits too, just recently got into photography. Oh, film photography, right on. So I'm developing his film. Like, I was just like, I was talking to him over Instagram and just getting all the details from each other. And I was developing his film, and I was scanning it today, and I was like, wait a fucking second. I know this guy. Like, he took some pictures of some people I know, and then like it hit me. Like I'm pretty sure I met this guy, and like I didn't really talk to him. Are you in Toronto too? No, I'm in San Francisco. Yeah. So sorry, I'm going so slow with this. So what was surprising is that one of his rolls of film is 4 years old. Like, he just never had it developed. And I know this because I was literally there at where he took the pictures at, which was Coachella. I was at Coachella with him. And I remembered that literally, that was the first time I'd ever gone to Coachella. We were looking, me, Alex, and you know, I went with my buddy Andy. We got the friends and family like pass. So we had guest passes, so we had all kinds of crazy access, me and Andy. But we needed to find a place to stay, so we were with my buddy Alex. And the situation was Alex and a bunch of his friends like all chipped into like a tiny ass Airbnb. And I literally think I was staying in the Airbnb with this guy. And I was like, wait a second. I was in his Airbnb, and I didn't really talk to him at that time because it's just like I was just there to be with Andy and to chat with Alex. I was like, what the hell? I mean, it's like, in some ways, it was just like a wild revelation. Like, I don't know if this is one of those situations where you say it's a small world, because, I mean, I knew him through Alex then, and I know him through Alex today. So it's like, it's not really, but it's just like, it's just a wild revelation. I was like, wait a second. I'm closer to you than I thought I was. I thought you were someone I didn't know at all. We're going super slow at this. This is actually pretty funny how slow I'm going. Crazy how lingual are, yeah. Speaking of which, again, shouts out to Grace for the big ol' raid. We got another big ol' raid earlier too from Gym leader Nathan. And we found out maybe about, I don't know, a month or two ago. It's like I went to high school with one of his exes. It's like, whoa. Crazy. That's pretty cool though, in a way. You saw Coachella from his point of view. Yeah. I think that's super cool. It's like, oh, he's like, he got a bunch of desert photos. I think they must have gone out for a little bit. It was cool. I remember it was like the big public arts works out at Coachella that year was just like these, like, I don't know, weird, I don't know how to explain it. There's like these giant, like, colorful animals that were like kind of geometric, and then a bunch of those like plumbus like things out there. I don't know what they were. And I was like, wait a second, I've seen these. I know these. I was there. I feel like I'm making this harder than it's supposed to be. was cool. So yeah, still working on some of these scans. Trying to turn around quickly, but gotta make sure all these colors are right. So I was working on it a little bit earlier. Gotta get through it. I gotta work out some of the kinks on like dust removal and such. Yeah, Grace. Alright, let's see some of your work. I know. I feel like it's interesting when people get into film. I feel like they go pretty deep into it, and so it's like it's always just cool to be able to see other people's film photo work. Way Crush, welcome. What are we up to? We just desoldered this Dell AT101 keyboard. Black Alps switches. Was able to pull out the entire PCB, and this task that I didn't quite expect came up, which is how to actually get the switches out of the plate. But I kind of have figured out a little bit of somewhat of a technique to be able to get these out. Normally if you try to push them in or try to pull them out from the top, what I noticed is that like you'll get the little plastic wings, like they might just rip off. So I'm doing this little thing here where I'm just trying to like gently push the wings in through the backside, which we could do now that we have the entire PCB off. We're almost done. Where are we getting switches out? Oh, these are, I'm just harvesting these. I'm eventually planning on using this on like just another custom keyboard. So this is like a big old like vintage board that was actually, someone got this working over USB, and I was using it a little bit earlier just to run some type tests. But I don't like keyboards this big, which is why I almost never use like vintage boards. So what I do now is just like try to buy switches offhand, or like, you know, by themselves a la carte, or just like harvest them from other boards so that I can put them in smaller boards. I used to pay about $20 for 35mm to be developed, then I switched to DSLR. Yeah, no, it's gnarly. It's super gnarly to like pay to do it, but I mean, it's kind of like, I guess you get what you pay for. I provide a service, just TLDR, starting at $2 a roll, because I think it's not particularly crazy challenging with what I sort of have here. So I'm just like, you know, it's like a labor of love, I guess, or a love of labor. But I don't provide prints, which I think is like what a lot of people might actually want. So that's kind of like the trade-off, is like, I'll do it for you crazy cheap, but you do the prints on your own. You just take it to a Staples or a Kinko's or something. Nice. I wasn't sure if this was some kind of 3D print DIY keyboard build. Oh yeah, no. This is just a complete harvest. If you want to take a look, we just got all the switches out here, so these are all nicely in this little basket here. So we're gonna probably have to disassemble those for some ultrasonic cleaning. But if you guys want to take a look here, this was the oh my goodness, this was the PCB, big old PCB. We got this guy over here to, I guess, protect it from some shorts. Let me have this upside down. Yep. So you ultrasonic clean them. I've only ultrasonic cleaned once, but these, like I recently got an ultrasonic cleaner, and I've only done it once with like another batch of Alps switches, but this one, these like seem really dirty, so I might as well do it a second time. Make use of this ultrasonic cleaner that I haven't used. I have the solution, but I scuff clean it. Alright. This is what the board looks like with no switches in it. I guess we'll screw it all back together. Lock this all into place here. Did I forget anything? I hope not. I guess I'll keep this. Did I do it backwards? I don't know if I did this backwards. I think that we are good. I forgot to put some screws on the inside. Right as I clicked, everything closed. USB upgrade, yeah, this was a Soarer converter. This was actually already like included. And so someone actually had this working over USB from before. I want to get those screws back in here. I don't want any loose ends. Except I'm recalling here that this is like a little harder to deal with. My God. I programmed my own PS2 converter as well. Right on. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Back at it. So where were these screws from? I don't remember. Do you guys? Maybe one was right there. Kind of looks like I had a screw in it. I put that bit. Oh, where'd I put that Phillips bit? Just losing just about everything tonight. The flathead that I was just holding. Oh my gosh. I just lose everything. Finished everything at work and was a board intern. Top plate. Joked about how my company now technically has keyboard firmware IP as part of their lineup. Ooh. Alright, we're just gonna screw this with a flathead. Guessing it's right here. Is the other one definitely gonna be a few leftover parts? Alrighty. I didn't forget anything else, did I? I'm gonna close this up again, and then I swear I'm gonna forget whatever it is else again. I swear it. I feel like there's supposed to be something else that clicks. Is just screwed in? Maybe it doesn't click and it's just screwed in. Yep. Alrighty. Keyboard model AT101. Yep. Am I crazy? Just losing bits. This right here. Well, there's definitely a missing bit from within this. Maybe I'll just go with a bigger one. Bigger one will probably work. It does. But we'll find that other bit I lost when I can. Was that 5 pinned in or PS2? I don't actually 100% know. And the reason why I say that is because I bought this with the like the USB SOAR converter already installed, and it didn't actually have an original cable. I am somewhat sad to say that, like, well, I've lifted a couple pads at this point, so I don't know if this is really usable. But there's also the sense that, like, while it was working over USB, there were just some keys that wouldn't register. So I'm not sure if they were switch problems or if they were PCB problems or if they were converter problems. I'm not sure. That's a little bit besides the point, though. Yeah, there we go. All wrapped up into a nice, neat little container. So it's like, yeah, I was just kind of thinking that anyone else could potentially decide to just like use that, I suppose. But not with the lifted pads and whatever possible other issues there are. I'm debating, guys. Should I disassemble these now? Let's take a look. See what this looks like. At least one. Let's disassemble one. And just take a closer look. Alright, for anybody interested. Got the black stem, we got this little leaf guy here. Got the black stem, spring. And we got the rest of it, the bottom housing and the leg thingy, the thingy that has the legs. I have no more sophisticated descriptor other than that. The thingy with the legs. The leg, yeah. Grace gets it. Alright. Assemble it back together. Push it closed. Oh, you guys didn't even see any of that. But I pushed it back closed. Looks so complicated. Yeah, it is. I wonder if this actually counts as that. So the actual name, I think, is Complicated Black Alps. Let's see if we found it. The Doodar. Alps SKCM Black. When you open that up, it says Alps SKCM Black, or Complicated Black Alps, is a tactile switch in the Alps SKCL/SKCM series. Complicated is in its name. Alright. Okay, well, here we are with all these switches. Switch type. SKCM. Tactile. It's complicated. So here we are with all these switches. We're gonna definitely have more streams related to just dealing with some of these switches, like there's gonna be a point where I'm gonna need to open these up so I can get these ready for ultrasonic cleaning. There's gonna be other streams where, or I think possibly within the same stream, we're gonna be assembling some other stuff. We're gonna be assembling some, what was it? Orange Alps with Nexus sliders. So we're gonna do that. I also hesitate, guys. There's also another just ridiculous thing here, so I'm gonna show you guys this. I've had these guys. Show y'all. I've had these guys completely disassembled for some time now, and I still haven't lubed them. I'm just like too scared to lube them. And thanks to y'all love Switch streams, huh? So these are linear green Alps. 2 of them I reassembled for I don't know why, but I did. Where did I put the housings? Ah. Housings are in these little containers here. Green Alps, yep. Linear green Alps. I have a plan for what board I want to put these in. Yeah. We'll get the ball rolling on these. I gotta lube them, but I'm just too like anxious to, because I'm really scared about this. That's like, I decided to go the really, really stupidly hard route of doing like brush lubing, with like an RO59 dry lube, which is like, it's so daunting because it's like you got to hit so many different spots. I have no idea how I'm gonna hold it up for the dry lube to actually dry, and then you need to hit it multiple times. So I'm just like, I don't know why I'm putting myself through this, but I am. So disassemble that, get to lubing this, reassemble these orange Alps with Nexus sliders. Use silicone-based lubricant. I don't know enough. I know that like Epsi is really into Alps, and he was just suggesting literally it's easiest to deal with like Alps lubing with a spray lube, just because you know you're gonna have to hit it like several times, and it's just the actual construction is supposed to be in such a way that you can do that with dry lube, and you can do it just fine with sprays. But I wanted to go the way that makes you want to pull your hair out. I hope you're still interested in keys. Yeah, I think I will be. I hope. Been in it for a little bit, but we'll see how things go. All right. Gotta clean that up a little bit later, but you know, I think it might be a good time to end here. We had a good stream here, going on almost 4 hours now, which is crazy. Didn't feel like it was that long, in my opinion. Let's take a look. Let's take a look and see who's on right now. Oh, we got a few folks. Oh my gosh. We got a few folks on. Oh, Kimchi's still on. Lala Bob. Red is on. I haven't seen Redizon's name in a little while. He just got started. Alright, I think we'll go and hit up Redizon. I haven't seen him in a little bit. No assembly yet. We gotta do a whole bunch of stuff with some of this Switch stuff, and all of this is really just like me prepping for future builds. I have builds ready to go, but want to just kind of get it all set to go. Yeah, hopefully got, I found the bit. Hopefully got some future announcements to make. We're getting closer and closer, guys. It's almost, we're a couple weeks into early mid-August here, but I'm gonna hopefully have an announcement real soon. I'm gonna be running an event next month, so guys, stay tuned for that. Thanks everybody for all the follows. Shouts out to Jim and Grace for their big ol' raids. Yeah, guys, stay tuned, and thank you guys for being here tonight. As I mentioned, Guys, hang out with y'all. I appreciate it again. Thank you so much. Hit up the Discord if you want some more, access to these exclusive discussions and notifications when I go live. Again, I got that film thing going on. And finally, I send all bits and subs to charity. But if you want to donate directly to them, check out that link. So that's to the San Francisco Marine Food Bank. So there's a small chance I'll be streaming tomorrow night. But if not, probably Monday, Sunday or Monday or so. But until then, guys, good night from San Francisco. We're going to be raiding Redizon.